Hi, I'm Tim Carter from AskTheBuilder.com, and it's a balmy November day here in New Hampshire, and I want to show you how to make a drywall plug. Really kind of cool. Look at this. You're going to love it. You can see this is a piece of drywall right here, and I took a hammer and made this hole right here as if you had come across a regular hole in a piece of drywall. Now, the object is to how you're going to patch this. So, you know, it can be really hard to fill that in. It's pretty big, so why not make a plug? You can actually buy a drywall plug, you know, at a hardware store or at a home center store. This is what they look like. What it is, it's actually a piece of drywall that they've cut into a circle, and they've glued it to this piece of paper that's very similar to drywall tape. So the trouble is, you've got to cut a circular hole like that. They do come with a template. It's not too tough. But sometimes people find it easier to cut a square or a rectangle. And if you have a scrap piece of drywall around your house, you know, there's no need to go to the store and buy one. I mean, it's a great product. So what I did is I've gone ahead and I have got a hole here, and I went ahead and squared it up to about 3 inches on a side. And I haven't finished making the cutout yet, but it's right here. Just have to, and I'm actually, this is really important. I went ahead and I made the mark here, and I'm actually making sure that I'm using the saw and cutting on the outside, this side of the line, not cutting on the line. And I did that already on the 3 sides. The reason why is I actually want to make this hole a little bit bigger than 3 by 3, and you'll see why in a second. So let's see if we can't cut the rest of this out. All right, look at that. So here we are. We can remove this. Now we've got a nice square opening in this piece of drywall. Now what I did to show you is, this is 3 by 3. You really want the paper, just like in this one that comes from the store, this is about 1.5 inches. So you want 1.5 inches of paper to be on either side of your hole. So that means if this is 3 by 3, you need to cut a piece of drywall 6 by 6. And that's what I've done here. You can see I went ahead, I've actually cut 2 of them, but I wanted to show it to you. This is a piece of drywall 6 inches by 6 inches, and I drew the 3 by 3 square in the center. And then where these X's are, that's drywall that we're going to peel away. And it's not going to be there once we're done. On this one, I made an identical plug, and it is, I've already scored the lines, and I made sure I scored the line on the inside of the mark here so that this finished plug is slightly smaller than this opening here. And it's very, very important. And let's go ahead, and you can see what happens here. I've already made the cuts, so I can actually, just like any other piece of drywall, I scored that with a razor knife, you know, a couple of times. Then you can take it over like this. Oh, and remember, this is pretty important. Notice the color of the paper here. This is the back of the piece of drywall. This is the finished paper. So you always want to make all of your cuts and your marks on the back of the piece. So now we can go ahead and snap this off of here. I just set it down, snap it, and you can see you can bend that up. And now I've got, you know, the piece of drywall here. Now all you have to do is just gently peel this drywall core off of this, you know, off of the thing that we just snapped. So we save the paper. We don't want to tear the paper. Typically what you would do is you might then, if you want to get rid of this, you would cut this piece of paper with a razor knife. We don't want to do that. We want to save the paper. So we just start to peel it away. Let's go ahead and do that. You can see how that just peels away. Oh yeah, look at that. You can do the same thing here. Here. And here. All right, so look what we've made. We've now kind of made our own drywall plug. And you can see the papers there, and then all you have to do Just put it here. You can see it fits nice and flush in there. And then you would take regular joint compound and put it underneath here and tape this just like you would any other tape for a taping job on drywall. It's that simple to actually patch a nice hole using a drywall plug. See how easy it is? I told you. I'm Tim Carter for AskTheBuilder.com. If you want to discover more home improvement tips, go to AskTheBuilder.com.